Facebook has just come out with their new feature, Facebook Live, and we've tested it out for you. And we have some pretty decent results and some really interesting findings. You guys have probably heard of Blab or Meerkat or Periscope. They are the tools where you can talk in front of your users, your followers, and communicate with them. What's great about Facebook Live, though, is a lot of us already have followings right there on Facebook, but have not been able to leverage those followers in a way on Facebook. And so over the last week, we took a spin at it and did 4 live events, tested different times and different pieces to it to see exactly what works and what doesn't. And we're going to give you a couple of what those are. Number 1, when you start your feed, say hello. So here I am today. Imagine this live. Hello. The last thing you want to do is not introduce yourself. You don't want to, be friendly. People know who you are, so treat them like it's a one-to-one conversation. So say hello, also say goodbye when you're done. Number 2, when you see people come on, say hello to them in the middle of what you're talking about if you can, or when a couple of them come on together, just simply stop and say, hey Wayne, hey Olivia, hey Deanie, hey Dave. Wave to them, whatever you want, because they feel engaged and they're more likely to stick around and understand that what you're talking about may be more meaningful to them because they're getting engaged, they're listening, and they want to be a part of it. Number 3, the first frame is really important. We learned this day 1, so that what you put on as your first frame likely, but what I mean by the first frame is the image that they use is the first frame of the first thing that you do. So if you're up there and you go and you're fumbling around, you're trying to figure out what to do, maybe you don't have your camera set up yet, that first frame, that first image is what's going to show to the world. What we learned is that when you start using things like basketball hoops, or you start dancing, we danced on one of them, or did the championship belt, that's what people see, so it's more likely to get someone engaged than if you have a picture of a black trash can. You know what I mean? So the first image is so important. Likely people are gonna start engaging with you. When someone calls you on your telephone and leaves you a message, do you call them back? Most of the time you do. For some reason, social media is different and people love to keep people hanging, like a high five or something. Don't leave people hanging. Be an answering machine. So when people answer or ask you questions, answer them. Now, I know what you're saying, thinking, Zach, I'm doing this talk, maybe I'm giving a live talk and I'm not able to engage at that point. I get it. Engage with them afterwards, but don't leave them hanging because these are people who are doing exactly what you want them to do, engage with you. Another thing is expect low engagement. There are going to be lulls, there's going to be peaks and valleys through this, and what you want to be prepared to do is talk through those low engagements and those low times. It may take people a couple of minutes to get on. You may need to share it on some of your other mediums to get people involved, but you can, during those low times, you can start saying hello to people, ask them specific questions, hopefully get engagement there. But when you, if you're not prepared for low engagement, you'll sit there and be dumbfounded and not know what to do. Be ready and be prepared for low engagement times throughout the talks. It also does not mean that people aren't engaged. It just means that it also may mean that they're just not doing the things that you want. Sometimes that happens. It's okay. When it does, ask for a like and a share. So if you're watching this right now and you like what you're seeing, comment below, like on this, share this to your networks. There's someone who you think. By saying that, you're able to then get in front of more eyeballs because they're sharing it with their networks, and likely you will be able to get more engagement through that. All right, 2 more things. Teasing or early promotion on the same medium did not work for us. What I mean by that is if you're going to start something at 10 o'clock and it's 9 o'clock, by teasing something at 9 o'clock on that exact same medium for it to start at 10 o'clock did not work for us. It may work for you, but it did not work for us. What we have found, though, is that when we engaged on different platforms, so instead of Facebook, we would engage on Twitter or maybe emailing people, hey, we're about to be live, that did do better than getting people excited about something a couple of minutes earlier. Also, by using that same piece, as soon as you go live, if you have multiple Facebook accounts, share that feed out so that the members that aren't, the followers that aren't on your maybe personal or business account can cross and be there together. And finally, go long. I find that a lot of the videos that are too short don't get a lot of engagement. The longer our lives were, the longer the more engagement we have. And I think this makes sense, right? So most videos on YouTube are or the most engagement on YouTube is 4 minutes long. But what makes this different is it's a live event. So the person feels like they're having more of a one-to-one conversation with you. So I believe, and we don't have numbers on this yet, but I believe as this continues to grow and Facebook gets more mature with this platform, that number will actually be significantly higher than most videos watched, because people are engaging in a live type of way and they want to be on it, right? And so I believe that the longer that your Facebook Live video is, the more likely it is to have more engagement and do the things that you want, such as a like, a share, and people engaging. And a bonus one for you, if you can light up your content, if you can have a nice, crisp video or light on yourself or whatever you're producing, you'll have a better piece of quality on there. And bonus part 2, make sure that if you can connect to Wi-Fi, to connect to Wi-Fi, because a couple of times when we didn't, we actually lost the feed. Obviously, it's an immature platform right now. They're still trying to figure out the kinks, but if you can be on Wi-Fi, instead of your normal network, or the normal phone network, you're more likely to stay on there for a longer time. Engage with people, go long. Teasing did not work for us in the same medium. Ask for a like or share, expect low engagement. Answer when people ask questions. The first image is important. Name off those people that are watching, and of course say hello, but now we're saying goodbye. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.